process, and when you understand that it's only about the process, the money will come automatically. And that is what I would do if I had to start over, because I was always thinking about the money, right? So as soon as the market go up a little bit.
Yeah, this guy says it so casually, like, don't think about the money, guys, don't worry, it will be okay. It's our brains doesn't work like that. Hola, mi amigos. Today I will be showing you a presentation of what YouTube has to offer with trading methods. Let's see how much YouTubers know, what YouTubers go through when they are trading, and is it great to learn trading through YouTube? Let's take a look. Right, I think we have someone that seems to have some sort of experience in trading, and he's gonna tell us what he's gonna.
So if I had to start
what
from
he
zero,
would do
this is what I would do.
if he was to start from zero all over again.
Step by step, what I would do if I had to start all over trading the markets. You ready? So let's go. All right. Now, thanks a lot for stopping by, especially if you're new to the channel. What I do, I help struggling traders take their trading to the next level. I have 15 years of experience when it comes to trading these markets, so you definitely want to check out the content that's on this channel, right?
15 years is good enough.
Trading if I had to start all over. First thing is
usually
save up more money. So I would work, grind. If I had to work 7 days a week, which I did in the beginning, right? I will work 7 days a week. I will work overtime. I will save up money, right? So I can take that money and put it in my trading account. Now, when you first start to trade, you don't really need that much money. But if you could start with more,
that's true.
Ahead. Usually what I see people start with is around 300 all the way to 2,000. Now, the next thing I would do is I will look around my house to see.
I agree with his points. You should just save your money, because saving money and having more money means you have more goes. If things go wrong, and things will go wrong, it's just how many attempts you have in this industry. Attempts is very important, because even if you think you know and you got things right, nothing will have, usually, like literally 1 in 100 million, usually the strategy you have won't have like an above 80% win streak or win rate. So bearing that in mind, let's say you have a 60% win rate, which is fantastic, still great of a strategy. You might not realize that you might lose your money and fall into that 40% of the category. So you need to try for, let's say, 5 or 10 times before you can see your 60% win rate strategy become very profitable and very advantageous for you. Advantageous, I mean by it starts to snowball as you have more and more money to trade with, because you are being profitable with time.
See if I have some stuff that I don't use at all, and I will sell it. Okay, me personally, when I first started off, I actually sold a lot of stuff that I didn't need anymore, and I also sold my car. Now, I'm not telling you to sell your car.
Yeah, I agree with this as well. Things that you don't use should be used as almost as a machine to make more money, to generate more money, and this machine you create yourself. So people have to be very careful with what kind of machine they create, as in what strategies, what do they identify, what data do they analyze, and what do they gather from it. This kind of machine, they shouldn't be too overconfident. If they are overconfident, then a lot of shit can go wrong. So yeah, having more money that you wouldn't have used otherwise, it's great to build up your machine.
Because I know some of you guys have kids, maybe you need your car to go to work, whatever the case is, right? Me personally, at the time, I was living in New York, so it was easy for me to jump on a bus or a train to get from point A to point B, okay? So I will look around my house to see if I have things that I don't use at all, and I'm gonna sell it either on eBay, Craigslist, or whatever. Now, the third thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop.
Money and items is always temporary. It just depends on how you use it. Yeah, that's literally the way it is. Even if your money was sitting down somewhere, or your item could rise in value over time, but your money, typically, because of inflation, you lose money by doing literally nothing. Like if you was to have 5 grand in the bank and it just stays there for 20 years or 10 years or whatever the time frame is, it's very disadvantageous. It's really bad for your value, your capital value,
Buying unnecessary stuff like brand new clothes,
or financial value.
sneakers. Now, I'm not saying that you can't treat yourself once in a while, but you have to slow down on buying stuff. It's just what it is, okay? You have to slow down on buying unnecessary stuff because now you want to become an entrepreneur. You might have.
Yep. So with any business or anything that you invest money in, to earn money through stages, and earning money through stages is literally cash flow. What this guy is basically doing is he's maintaining his cash flow by money coming in and out of his pocket, by literally saving, by not spending more on things that don't have a return, or have a return as in don't have a financial return. And this is good. This is good, especially when you're trading, because you're not making it harder for yourself, just in case you do need money, and you never know when you might need.
Have to sacrifice some money. It's just what it is. So those are the 3 things I would start with first. And honestly, I'm going to basically combine all those together and say, that's the first thing I would do. Now, the second thing I would do is I will find an expert. Guys, you do not have to reinvent the wheel, okay? If something's working for somebody else, I guarantee you it probably could work for you too.
For sure.
You just have to put in the work. So the fastest way to success that I know, okay, and I'm quite sure that a lot of professionals know, is to follow someone that is already successful in whatever field that you're trying to get in, okay? So
which is very, very hard, because the people that are successful don't want to share anything with anyone usually. Not even, the closest people to them, because if it gets leaked and they tell somebody else and that person tells somebody else, then it all goes to shit.
But, I want someone that knows what he or she is doing. I have a lot of live trading on my videos. I traded live in front of my students a bunch of times, and also show you guys broker statements, right? So you definitely want to find an expert, okay, that know what he or she is doing, because it will speed up your success.
If he's trading live, he's probably not showing any of his strategies and what he's analyzing, what he's focusing on, what are the core details that he's looking for. He usually doesn't say it. He only just defines what is, the typical shit that you would read from a book, let's say, of trading, because people don't want to share things that they are looking for to be successful in this industry.
Third thing I would do is I will remind myself that I'm in the learning phase, okay? Now, when it comes to trading, there are 4 different stages, right? The first stage is the learning stage. The second stage is the testing phase. The third stage is the profitable stage. And the fourth stage is actually where you become a master, right? So the learning stage and the testing stage is where you are learning your new strategy, and then you're going to take that new strategy and you're going to test it out and learn all the ins and outs and get used to that strategy. Now, what a lot of people do is when they get a new strategy, they think that they are going to take that strategy, right, and by next week they are going to become a master trader. It doesn't work like that. You still have to learn the market. It's just like learning anything else. If you learn how to play
100%.
basketball, do you think you're going to be a basketball expert by next week?
Oh, that's a good point.
Month? No.
Very valid point.
You have to keep reminding yourself, listen, let me calm down. I'm in the learning phase. Let me stop trying to force things and let me learn the right way. Now, the fourth thing I would do is I will spend more time on the demo. Yes, because when I first started out, I was just hungry to make money. I didn't like my job.
100%. This market is made up of a shit ton of vulnerable people. And these people are very little fishes that are just eaten up by cods, just cod, medium-sized fishes. they're very very vulnerable. As he's explaining, you know, there's a lot of shit that they're going through. It's a mental game a lot. It's a lot of a mental game. Games are also a mental game as well. You know, have you noticed when you play any game, you know, if you play FIFA, for example, FIFA is a very very frustrating game. Like a lot of shit that can go wrong, and if you keep thinking about the stupid shit that happened in the game, which it does happen in the game, you will be not focused on the present, you know, what's literally happening right now. Let's say you have the ball, you're thinking about that stupid thing, you make so many different mistakes you wouldn't have otherwise made, because you're focused on stupid shit that happened in the past. And you're kind of on the trigger, you know, you're just like, when is the next stupid shit gonna happen, you know, when is it coming now, is it gonna be now, is it gonna be then? It doesn't focus you on the present, and so your future won't be too bright. Trading's like that too. Demo accounts are very important, because you need to get a feel for the markets. And always when you start off very small, not to make money. The aim is not to make money at first. The aim is just to have a good win rate. As long as you have a good win rate, as long as the trade's probabilities are being met of what you have predicted or forecasted, to be more exact, is literally it. You know, that's the main reason. It's not to make money, the first steps. It's just to get a feel for it, you know. And as you feel this environment is more like home to you, that's when you are that's when would be right to put in money, but very small amounts.
I didn't like my current situation, so I wanted to quit my job. So I went on demo for maybe a week, and that was it. And the next thing you know, I went live and lost a lot of money. I kept going live, losing money. So if I had to,
when you have a new strategy and you try it out just after you finish the demo, you go into a real account. You keep being so stubborn and just keep following the same strategy that you had initially will make you lose way more money. You know, you not switching up and being versatile with your strategies and looking for new things. You know, this one's not really working out, I'm going to try out a different one. You know, let me see these types of things. If you don't study different kinds of laws, just like as if you were to do in physics, because this is literally the markets are also like that, it's also very similar to studying physics, then you will be kept in the hypothesis phase, you know, where you really firmly believe that your hypothesis is going to become true each stage, and let's say it fails, and you never change your strategy. So this is a common mistake, and I don't advise anything, but these things happen and they're not great.
Start over, I would spend more time on a demo, because the demo is going to help you build your skills up and get used to the market. And also, when I'm trading in the demo, I'm going to treat the demo the same as my live account, because
no, this is the part that I disagree with this guy. You cannot, no matter how much you prepare yourself from a demo account to a real account, you can't get the same experience that you do with a demo to a real. You know, as much as you prepare yourself and make yourself feel like, oh my god, I'm really losing this money, like in a demo account, you know, it's not real. Like, just cut this shit out, bro. You're not actually gonna be convincing your brain, because your brain subconsciously thinks as well, even though you might not even realize it. It knows that it's a fake account. You know, it will have a very different reaction to comparing it to when it's a real account.
Demo, I was trading, you know, let's say the demo had $100,000 play money, right? I was risking maybe $2,000, $3,000 per trade. And I know for a fact, I'm not going to do that in my real account. So let's say that in my real account, I'm going to risk $100 per trade. Guess what? On my demo account, I'm going to do the same thing. So I will treat the demo the same as my live, and also I will stay
No, bro.
they losers. A lot of traders don't want to put in the work, right? They don't want to go over their losers and analyze it. And
Definitely. Putting in the work to see why your losses were losses is literally crucial for not only trading, but anything in general that you want to be better at, Seeing why your losses are what losses and what are the trends that are successful today. It resembles so much with games as well, because games constantly evolve with patches, and if you're not studying what is changing and what's the trend of success, then you will never understand it. You will always keep looking at the things that was successful, and there is a massive difference between was successful and is successful.
say, oh, you know what?
Damn, that sounded like a speech or some shit.
Trend, and that's the reason why I lost money. But traders don't do that. They don't try to analyze their trade and try to see why that was a loser. Trust me, guys, that will help you build up your skill. And they forget how they was winning in the past. So you have to study your losers, know your best setups, know if you lost money, 100%. Let's say you lost $100. It's going to be very hard for you to take the next trade because you're like, oh man, I don't want to lose another $100. Guys, follow your process. Stop thinking about the money. Only think about the process. When you think about the process,
process is extremely crucial. It's almost like let's say you want to be a ballerina, but as a guy, and a lot of people are looking at you like, is this guy gay? What the fuck is wrong with him? Your family might be judging you, but once you trust the process and you really do the shit that studies that thing in specific, that topic, and you practice whilst evolving, with different emotions. Keep on, sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're happy, you're ecstatic, and continuing to persevere is very, very crucial for any mission that you have in your life, for it to have a possibility of it becoming true. Otherwise it's literally impossible. Perseverance is a crucial piece in the formula for any kind of mission success.
Process, and when you understand that it's only about the process, the money will come automatically. And that is what I would do if I had to start over, because I was always thinking about the money, right? So as soon as the market go up a little bit,
this guy says it so casually, like, don't think about the money, guys, don't worry, it will be okay. It's our brains doesn't work like that, If you have, let's say, a fear of, I don't know, hamsters, let's say, you can't just tell yourself, don't be fearful of the hamsters, don't worry, they're not out to get you. That's not going to help you necessarily. So you have to use different ways of overcoming your fears. So this guy just telling you to don't be fearful, don't think about the money too much, that's not going to do you any good. Try to find different ways. I can give you an example. If you're fearful of spiders, for example, a common way psychologists help out people is they just literally they show a picture of a spider and let you get more used to it, seeing it, or they show the spider live in front of you and show that it's not gonna hurt you, like literally in the real. And if you were to touch the spider or put your finger near it, and it goes over it and it doesn't actually bite you, it's much more valuable to your brain to say, no, this is not a threat, you're okay. And that could be a way to help as a reference,
I would take some money out of the market because I'm scared that the market was going to come back and stop me out.
So for example, if you have a fear of money, like, I'm going to lose money, I'm fucked, blah, 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 blah. what could be great if instead of just making a point like that is just focus on other things. Let's say you love to create music, you know, focus so much on your fucking music. Yo, my music has to be sick, it has to be banging, I have to learn a different kind of beat on this time, you know. Once you do, you're so focused on your music that the part of money is no longer so much in your brain, you know. You start making smarter decisions because you're thinking about the decisions more than you are the money, which money is crucial. I'm not saying money is not, but the decisions behind what happens to your money is way more crucial than the substance.
Right? So I'm not trading my process. I'm just trading the money because I'm saying, all right, you know what? Let me just take this money because, you know, when the trend is about to end. And that was my mistake when I first got in the market. I was always looking for the trend and not understanding that the market will do other things besides.
Alright, so he's basically saying that the market moves, whether it follows a trend or doesn't follow a trend, or follows a pattern where it doesn't follow a pattern. It constantly evolves and is constant in movement. So you being focused so much on what is the trend, what is happening, is not a good thing. You should just be focused on, this is what's happening live right now and the market is swinging this way. That's it. And you should make your decisions accordingly, is what he's saying. And yeah, I agree with this.
Okay, so when I'm looking at the market, there's 5 different things I'm looking for. I'm looking for a trend. I'm looking to see if the market is ranging. I'm looking to see if the market is breaking out. I'm looking to see if the market.
Yeah, he's looking at different factors basically that suggests, and if you want to be professional about it, probabilities of it changing in pattern from the pattern that is going on now. Once you can predict that, then you can be very profitable.
Or I'm looking to see if the market is about to reverse. Okay, ask yourself, how many times you got in a trend and next thing you know the market start to reverse on you? What if you can actually see that reversal?
A lot.
7 days a week to fund my account. I would do that. I would sell stuff around the house that I don't need so I can get some more money so I can put in my account. And the next thing I would do is I would stop buying unnecessary stuff that I don't need. So those are the 3 things I would do first.
Alright, that's also toxic. Don't do that too much. Enjoy the shit that is around you. Not be too much focused on your fucking trading. Because trading doesn't actually matter that much. Even though it could change your life, which it definitely can, but don't be too focused on it. And I'm just saying this, I know it's easy to say, but it's really not that important. Even if it's making you, let's say 70 grand in a year, you know, it's not that impressive, you know. Yes, I understand you're fucking balling, but being a baller is not really as you see it is, you know. It's sick, but it's also not so important in your life. There is other shit in your life that should be way important than trading if you want to be a good trader. Otherwise, the likelihood of you becoming a good trader is very low because your main focus is just trading, you know. So the times that trading does fuck up, which is inevitable, it will happen, is when you will break. And yeah, I don't want so much more people to be vulnerable, you know. Vulnerability really fucks up a person with whatever passion that they have.
First. The second thing I would do is I will find an expert, because you do not want to learn by yourself. The fastest way to success is to follow somebody that's actually doing this, right? And if that person has a
but to find somebody that knows their shit, an expert, is so fucking hard to find, and there is a shit ton of scammers. So this is a very bad side of technical analysis and trading. Yeah, but this video is done for, and I've rambled on enough. Yeah, take care. If you like some shit, tell me what. If you have some other ideas that we can look into, then let me know, and I'll see you in another video. Adios.